I will spoil the fuck out of Cult of the Lamb and gouge out of it everything I need, your wand. So it has now been 2 years and a half since the wholesome game movement has found its second messiah with Stardew Valley, and you can feel it. The amount of slice of life sim and farming sim has exploded, and some games are trying to be submersive with this genre. That's at least how I explain the existence of Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb, that I shortened in Cult, was an absolute success on release, selling over 1 million copies. I'd say this is mostly based on its novel and original artistic direction and context of satanistic cute little animals. But the gameplay part of the game, being a mix between roguelite and tower management, is also really strong. You alternate between genociding superior yet really uncouth deities and managing your village to make sure your morons of followers believe in you and remember to stay alive. The management part revolves around exploiting your little guys to get more resources. Resources you use to make your village more sustainable. Village that will then support more little guys and goes around and around and around. All the while you indoctrinate them and use their face to make yourself stronger and unlock new power. The strength and power will then be used in the roguelite parts. You enter a dungeon, choose your stuff, vitrify near every life form you encounter, and beat a boss at the end. Once you've cleared the dungeon 4 times, you'll get to eliminate the god of the place and unlock the next dungeon. The gameplay part of the game is heavily structured. Difficulty is never too hard, the gameplay never challenges you on exotic concept, there is never more than 5 or 6 enemies, and projectiles follow strict pattern while being small. The game knows what it wants you to focus on and how to limit itself to those things, at least until the end of the game. The end of the game is reached after murdering the 4 main gods. You then get to meet the god of your cult and to murder it too. The combat is a simple boss fight in 4 parts, we solved the dungeon before, and it does quite a lot of things right. The settings of Heaven contrasting with the remaining of the games and being teased since the first minute, having your little guys on the side while you fight, the concept itself of fighting your own gods and its servants, all is very cool. But I think this ending is weak and kinda suck. It breaks the rules established before, is an absurd difficulty spike with no equal in the game. It suddenly leans towards the bullet hell, most weapon types are useless in the fight, the setup is very weak and a bit rushed, the fight is very long, and a few other minor problems that I will skip. And I can easily point why it makes a weak end to the game. In video games, a great ending usually wants to bring some resolution to what was brought during your playthrough. As Cult is not really trying to be submersive in this aspect, we can say that the game ending wants to bring a feeling of satisfaction and resolution, which is normally achieved by giving the best you can offer, staying the same line as the rest of the game, and resolving what was brought up during the game, most of the time at least. And Cult does not really do that. The ending breaks the rule of the game. The resolution of the management part is seeing your little guys being fucking useless. The boss feels as if it is coming from another game, and on and on. I'm not going to repeat everything I have already said. And in the end, the ending feels really miserable next to the rest of the game, which makes sense. The game is pretty huge, with a lot of complex systems interacting with each other. Allocating resources to the end of the game was probably not a priority, and creating a proper ending is hard and needs a lot of time and resources. That the ending of Cult is mediocre is normal, and not a problem in itself. In a way, it was the price to pay to have an amazing game.